Butty, man. We need to talk real fast because, you know, I'm feeling myself like most black girls when they have somebody else's hair in their head. This isn't me trying to do that like them because this is obviously fake. But I'm mad about something and I want to talk about it real fast. So they're trying to, Derek Chauvin files motion for new trial in George Floyd case alleging jury misconduct. I knew this is, they're trying to do this. I knew they were not going to have a former police officer and these charges stick, you know? So what we're going to do real fast is talk about how Black Lives Matter issues ominous warning. City will be on fire if Chauvin is not convicted. Do y'all remember when they tried to make that be an issue? Right? Remember that? Remember that? They're trying to use anything they can. See, they want to pacify us with this guilty verdict on all 3 charges. But peep game, how they're trying to slowly back out of it. This is more important than Love and Hip Hop. Okay, this is more important than Tiny and T.I. And by the way, no, these are not keloids on my ear. My daddy was telling me that your earring matches the same, your complexion. So he thought it was like a growth. No, these are stud earrings. But don't get it twisted. I'm not a stud. Please get the like up, man. Please get the likes up, man. Okay. So, don't you hate when you go on websites and they always talking about cookies? This site uses cookies. I'm diabetic. I can't have cookies. This is precisely what many in law enforcement have been concerned about since George Floyd died of a drug overdose last May, a death that was blamed on Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, right? Chauvin, tomato. This despite the fact that an autopsy showed Floyd suffered no trauma to his... I'm not about to get pissed off again. I will not get pissed off again. They're trying to piss me off. Despite the fact that an autopsy showed Floyd suffered no trauma to his neck area and showed that he had lethal doses of fentanyl and other drugs in his system, along with other comorbidities. All I know is it sounds like titties, which contributed to his death. No, sir, because let me let you in on a little secret. If the knee hadn't been on the neck, even though he had those drugs in his system, guess what? He would still be alive. That will not matter to Black Lives Matter and the opportunistic thugs inside Antifa. Yeah, and most people, and thank you for calling out Antifa, by the way, and I'm not talking about Queen Latifah. Thank you for calling out Antifa. You know, the ones throwing bricks, cans of soup, and all the other extra stuff while they was trying to blame black people. This weekend, a prominent... and Black Lives Matter, I'm not done with you either. This weekend, a prominent activist in Black Lives Matter, Maya Echols, threatened that cities will be on fire if Derek Chauvin is not convicted of killing Floyd. Evidence be damned. Why would you even say that? Evidence be damned. Like, we don't care what the evidence shows, even though the evidence was clear as day. Clear as my skin. How you doing? In a video that the gutless Echoes since deleted, she said, the gutless... What is this? LawEnforcementToday.com. Y'all trying me. If George Floyd's murderer is not sentenced, just know that all hell is going to break loose. Don't be surprised when buildings are on fire. Just saying. Yeah, that was a smart thing to say if you care about black people and you allow the jury to hear it so that they can say, ooh, your opinion affected, this is how you know it's a game, it's an agenda. Your opinions affected what they were going to say. But you care about black people. Agent. See, actors ain't the only ones having agents around here. It's a lot of organizations with agents. That's the wrong energy. What y'all talking about? Tiffany, they know he had taken cold meds and proud of it. Don't tell them that part, though. He will still be living. Removed it. Thank you. Let me see. Should this threat be taken seriously? Obviously. Black Lives Matter and Antifa engaged in a summer-long siege on American cities last year, and in some cases have continued to do so this year, even with Joe Biden occupying the White House. He can occupy these nuts that I don't have. That foolishness. That wasn't really foolishness. What was it that I heard on the radio today? The Black Information Network. Well, they were talking about some baloney. Hold on, let me Google it, y'all, because that was hilarious when I was riding around today. Hold on. Bologna. You know that's how they spell it. Bologna. Baloney. Joe Biden. It was so freaking hilarious. This is the type of stuff that I care about. Grown people stuff. Not what rapper is sleeping with who. Not who pregnant. It was something about baloney and Joe Biden. Some about they're saying he old and washed up and he telling people to take vaccines. Hold on. Baloney Joe Biden. We letting an old person tell people to get vaccines. Tucker. Something about Tucker. Baloney, Tucker. Yeah, Tucker Carlson or something like that. Hold on. I think it was somebody named Tucker. Something like that. I don't know. But y'all get what I'm saying. Some white people news. This is white people. That, you know what I'm talking about. It was something about, why is this old person telling us to take vaccines or something? They trying to make it mandatory and all this other bullcrap. I don't know. But it was hilarious. I don't know why I can't find it. But let's get back to the point. So now they're trying to say, just like Chris Watts is trying to get his case thrown out. I'm trying to hear you because my brother is bringing my baby nephew over and I want to spend time with him. And you know, a 4-year-old is going to be bouncing all over the place and I wasn't going to have time to do this live. Tiffany, Auntie, Tiffany. I ain't got time. I want to devote all of my time to him. I have so many activities planned. But you know what activity I don't have planned? I'm going to get my baby vaccinated. But I'm not going to even talk about that. I'm scared to even say that word. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek, we're just going to call him Derek because his last name, filed a motion for a new trial Tuesday after he was convicted last month of murdering George Floyd. Derek's attorney, Eric Nelson, is alleging pretrial publicity affected Chauvin's right to a fair trial. Also, it was a juror. I just saw this. That's what made me go live. It was a juror who claimed to be a former Black Lives Matter. See what they doing? Juror claims to be former Black Lives Matter activist. Look at this. Brandon Mitchell. You see the play? Let's pacify black people so that they won't burn the city down. Look at this nigga. N-word, please remove the N-word. Look at this. Look at this bull crap right here. This lizard face bastard. Photo of Chauvin juror wearing Black Lives Matter t-shirt at march raises questions of impartiality, experts say. Experts. Look at this bull crap right here. Look at this motherfucking Mary Kay. You remember they used to have the Mary Kay glamour shots? This is a glamour shot hen bull crap. Look, just sit down. I don't even want... Let's read it. Let's pacify black people, right? That's what they do with us. So that they won't burn the city down. Remember they burned the precinct down last year. Or Antifa. Somebody did it. Right? But then we'll turn around and set up all these agents to make it seem like it wasn't a fair trial. Don't worry, Derek. We'll get you off. It's just going to look like you took a L. It's going to look like you took a L, but we're going to get you out of there. Good old boys. Right? This is the type of stuff I talk about off camera. And I just keep y'all entertained with funny jokes online. But I'm very aware and I'm very woke. A photo that has surfaced in recent days of a juror in the murder trial of former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has prompted questions about the juror's impartiality, legal experts say. The photo shared by several news sites shows Brandon Mitchell, a 31-year-old high school basketball coach. You look too sweet to be a basketball coach. I'm just going to say it. Do we need to, or what was it, Sandusky? What was that? What coach was that? Touching on little boy booties? Yeah, you look a little sweet. Sugar all up in your tank. And you look like you stink. Butt pirate bastard. Alright. Standing next to two relatives wearing a black t-shirt with a picture of Martin Luther King Jr. with the words, "Get your knee off our necks," as well as a baseball cap with the letters BLM. On Monday, Mitchell told the Star Tribune that the photo was posted on social media by his uncle in D.C. last August during the commemoration of Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech from 1963. He defended his attendance, saying it was not a march for George Floyd, according to the Star Tribune. First of all, your waves are dry. Whoever this is, hold on. How you gonna have 360 waves, but they dry, fam? And you notice how I change the inflection in my voice when I'm reading? I wish some of y'all would do that. You see how I said, what was this? On Monday, Mitchell told the Star Tribune that the photo was posted on social media by his uncle in D.C. last August during the commemoration of Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech. Look, get your knee off our necks, as well as a basketball cap with the letters BLM. Folks that can't read, they keep it all insane. Get your knee off our necks, as well as a black baseball cap with the letters BLM. I used to hate having to sit in school with the stupid kids. Mitchell, who is black, and plus I know what Mitchell, who is black, not Mitchell who is black, punctuation matters. Why are you talking about Black Lives Matter? Mitchell, who is black, just like when I told my sister Melanie, I was like, when she put on Facebook, I heard that audio you sent me, Tiffany Monique Draper, lying piece of Sis, I thought we was cool. But that punctuation mattered. She wasn't calling me a lying piece of she was calling our father a lying piece of So I politely asked her, Tiffany Monique Draper, I heard that audio you sent me, comma. If that comma hadn't have been there. She said, nah, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Daddy. First of all, you shouldn't be calling our daddy a lying piece of on social media, Melanie. She real like me. Mitchell, who is black, is one of the 12 jurors who convicted Chauvin of murder and manslaughter in the death of Floyd on April 20th. Nearly a year after a viral video of the black man pinned beneath the white officer's knee. See, y'all gotta catch the little racial stuff they try to do. They'll say things like, Mitchell, who is black. I guess in this case I understand, but they'll say something like, black man killed by white officer. Why does it matter that the guy is black and the officer is white? Because you wouldn't say white officer killed by black man. You wouldn't say Mexican officer killed by white man. You wouldn't say white officer killed by white man. Peep gang. It only matters when they want us in Black Lives Matter, selective outrage, to be mad. Notice in Chicago, they don't say things like, black man kills other black man. They don't say that, do they? No, because they know black people aren't going to be outraged when we kill each other. And plus, they encourage us to kill each other. That's like letting the trash take out itself. Would you go take out your trash if you knew your trash was going to grow legs and take itself out? No. Or if you knew your trash had the capability of taking itself out, would you not encourage it to take itself out? Well, you know you're getting fooled. You starting to stink. You would encourage. That's why they have those box of guns in Chicago that they say keep showing up. That's why they have a box of bricks that just miraculously appear. That's why I say accountability. Because nobody's making black people pick up them guns. Nobody's making you pick up the bricks. But my whole point is, why aren't we highlighting, to just be aware, why aren't we highlighting a group of black people kill each other in Chicago over the weekend? They don't say that. Oh, but a white officer gunned down black man in Chicago. Black Lives Matter. Don't they matter when we kill each other every weekend in Chicago? Or does it matter when some of the times police officers kill us? But not the 18 people that just died this weekend in Chicago. It's probably going to be 40 next weekend. Oh, that's right. I don't care, because that's not going to get media attention. How many of us still mad that George Zimmerman punk ain't got off? And he wasn't even white. But he had light skin. And I believe he did do that, by the way. Just like I believe OJ did it. OJ did it. If anything was a partial jury, you sitting up in here. Don't even get me started, because I wasn't even young enough to say goo goo gaga back then. I don't think. Yeah, I'm not used to this Tiffany. The serious Tiffany. So let's go. Efforts to reach Mitchell for comment were unsuccessful. When questioned about his attendance at the demonstration, first of all, peep this game too. When they are selecting these members, they're supposed to go through all these mental evaluations, background checks, and all this stuff. So you mean to tell me they didn't ask this man, have you ever been to a Black Lives Matter? Have you ever protested against? Oh, they conveniently forgot to ask. Mitchell told the Star, it's a lot of people that are our skin folks, but they not our kin folks. I know y'all have heard that before. It's a lot of people that look black, but they not really for us. Just like Kamala. Oh, that's a whole different other story. I will say that a police officer is a trained professional with rules of engagement. They're held to a higher standard. Who is this? Red Wings. Text me out how they been wording it. Exactly. They do the Unplanned Parenthood. Don't get me to joking. Breaking report. Black Lives Matter activists. See, look. See, that he's trying to do it. Now, he's trying to say he was just at a Martin Luther King protest, but he happened to have a Black Lives Matter t-shirt on, so they're trying to call him a Black Lives Matter activist. Guess what? I used to work at Kroger's. Did I? Yeah, I did, but I never started because that was whack. I decided to do something else better in my life about 4 or 5 years ago. But I did work at Albertsons before, and I still have the name tag. Does that mean I still work at Albertsons? If I go and wear my Albertsons shirt right now? No, but I guess I would still represent Albertsons. That's why they told us if you go online drinking and doing something stupid and you have the Albertsons shirt on, you are liable to get fired. Because even though you're not on the clock, you still represent us. So are they trying to say because he's saying he wasn't a Black Lives Matter activist, but peep game how they're trying to say he's an activist just because he had a BLM shirt on. Look at this. Look at this bullcrap, bro. Look at this bullcrap. Breaking report. Black Lives Matter activist sat on the chosen jury after claiming he could be impartial. Look at this bullcrap. Tells people to get on jurors to spark change. See what they trying to do? They trying to make it seem like he grounds for appeal. Did y'all see that? That he just slipped through the cracks. Look at this bullcrap. This is the type of bullcrap I'm talking about. As part of the jury selection, the candidates were required to fill out they're trying to put the blame on this man. A 14-page questionnaire. Didn't I just tell y'all that they tested these people? Asking about a wide range of topics, including race and policing, as well as education level, professional experience, and hobbies in order to gather in-depth knowledge about the candidates. It also asked prospective jurors about information they had on Floyd, their opinions on Black Lives Matter movement, and more specifically, if they had attended protests or demonstrations against police brutality. So if you really peep game, that wasn't a protest against police brutality per se. He said it was for Martin Luther King Jr. According to the Star Tribune, Mitchell said he responded no to a question as if he or anyone close to him had ever participated in protests over police use of force or police brutality. But they're probably going to try to get technical and say back in the day, Martin Luther King had the marches against, during the Jim Crow era and all that, where they were having dogs bite on us or, throw baby with the, how they did in the throw baby video. Sorry, Lord. Not funny. Spraying, with the water hoses with black people, like very high powered pressure water hose. So maybe they could say that was a form of Martin Luther King stood for that. So they may try to connect the two. Jury consultant Alan, I'm not even going to try to say your name, Turkenheimer, said it's likely that Chauvin's defense attorney Eric J. Nelson will use this information to push for an appeal, but argued that the photo itself would not be enough to dismiss the conviction. My thing is, you were trash anyway, trying to defend him, trying to tell us not to believe our eyes. I mean, you might as well have been court appointed, because you were trash. I don't think you were court appointed, but I don't know. Turkenheimer added, however, that Mitchell's alleged denial that he was involved in any protest could prompt Judge Peter A. Cahill to bring Mitchell in for further questioning to assess whether he was untruthful or worse, if he had an agenda or a predetermined verdict in mind. You mean like y'all do? Like y'all did? That could change the outcome of things. If there is anything that makes him seem that he was not forthcoming, it could be an avenue for the judge to reconsider the case, Turkenheimer said, adding it as a high standard that Cahill would consider, since he is probably not inclined to toss the entire trial and start from square one. Turkenheimer also underlined the complexity of the juror selection process and assessment of objective neutrality, adding it is possible for the juror to not see a connection between the march and the case. Thank you. It needs to be to where he didn't see a connection between the march and the case, because the march was not for police brutality. I'm starting to get that black girl in me. You know how black girl it was rising up in me. Mitchell told the Star Tribune he was extremely honest during the selection process, and when asked about his views on the case and his favorable opinion of the Black Lives Matter movement, I should have read it like I read that wrong. Look, during the selection process and when asked about his views on the case and his favorable opinion of the Black Lives Matter movement. That's how she was supposed to be read, but it was a run-on sentence the way I read it because I'm so pissed off. He added that he told Nelson, Chavez's attorney, that when he saw the video of the Minneapolis police pinning Floyd under his knee during the arrest, he wondered why the other 3 officers at the scene did not intervene, as anybody in their right mind did. Civil rights attorney Brian Dunn argued that while the photo is undeniably suggestive of a possible bias in this juror, the critical inquiry will be to determine whether the juror lied about or failed to provide complete answers on whether he was engaged in public activism or whether he has any affiliations with Black Lives Matter that go beyond the mere wearing of the shirt. Serious inquiries only, I say all the time, so y'all won't waste my time about business, and yet I struggled on inquiry, because tomato, inquiry, the critical inquiry. Dunn said this will involve a careful review of this juror's questionnaire as well as the statements made in open court. If it is determined that the juror did not provide full disclosure to the defense, the question then becomes whether this lack of candor violated Mr. Chauvin's right to a fair trial. I believe some people finna get paid off. Dunn said, adding that this will require a much more detailed inquiry, typically addressed by an extensive evidentiary hearing. Ain't nobody got time for all this. Last week, Mitchell was the first juror to publicly speak about the historic trial. Yeah, attention seeker. And earned world attention. In interviews with several media outlets, Mitchell shared details about the evidence of being a juror, the factors that proved to be decisive in Chauvin's conviction, and the impact that the trial had on him. It wasn't pressure to come to a guilty verdict, Mitchell told Gayle King, another agent. What did she do? She did something not too long ago, Gayle King. I can't remember who she did it against. Was it R. Kelly or... No, Kobe Bryant. Remember when Kobe died? It was some type of uproar what she did to Kobe or talking about his past or something like that. I don't trust you either, Gayle. I'm sorry. I know you Oprah bestie, but I don't trust you. You rode her coattails all the way to the top. At least you putting in work for yourself now. We stress about the simple fact that every day we had to come in and watch a black man die. Exactly. That alone was stressful enough. Period. Pooh. But then again, they may use that statement to say he's biased. Because he could have just said the fact that every day we had to come and watch a man die. He shouldn't have put emphasis on the fact that it was a black man. They may use that against him in the Gayle King interview now that I think of it. Because, see, I don't want to see nobody die. And I stress that fact. I don't just stand up for black people. I stand up for people in general. So they may use that Gayle King interview to twist his words. Just like somebody twisted these fake dreads in my Jamaica man hat. I'm so pissed. But like my brother Chris would say, it's better to be pissed off than to be pissed off. It's your girl, Tiffany Draper. I'm finna change the title of this video, but this pisses me completely off to the highest degree of pistivity. All these agents in the black communities. What's up, Audie? Everybody, if I didn't get to your comments, I'm just go back and read them. I'm about to go get me something to eat before my baby nephew get here. Lord have mercy.